everyone, it's Bernie here from Stampin'Up, and I am super excited tonight. I'm doing things very different. So starting this week, I'm actually going to be going live on a Tuesday night instead of a 7 o'clock on a Thursday. And I've got my hubby Richard with me. So he's going to be sitting and just being part of this whole Stampin'Up business. So super excited to have you guys join us. We're going to be going live. I'm going to start my project in just 2 minutes. So if you want to grab yourself something to drink, or maybe you're eating dinner or breakfast or wherever you are in the world, so just grab yourself something and we'll be ready to go very, very soon. I will just switch over in just a short minute. And if you are joining us live, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. And I will let Rich say hi very soon once we go live with the project that we're going to do. So how are you feeling about being live tonight, Rich?
Yeah, pretty nervous, but good to have everybody here and welcome.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing, well, I'm going to be doing just a nice project that you can whip up in no time. And as soon as we hit 7 o'clock, I'm going to switch over to my desk and then we're going to go through that. Well, I'm going to go through that with you and show you how to do it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so it's 7 o'clock. So let me switch over and I'm going to hand my laptop over to Rich and he will have a look and see if there's anyone that's got comments and anything that he might need to know as we do this together. So tonight I'm going to be showing you how to create this gorgeous journal, and really all you are needing for this project is an ordinary craft journal. If you live in New Zealand, I bought these from Kmart and they were like a $2.50. They used to be $2, but they've gone up 50 cents. And I do like the craft ones because they look a little bit more earthy. So this paper that I'm making for this project is featuring the brand new paper from the Nature's Sweetness. Can you see that on the camera? Yeah, okay, so it's the Nature's Sweetness. Let me just quickly show you some of this paper. It's all coming out in the mini catalog in January. So we've got a lot of golds on the one side. And I'm going to be making a different one tonight to my example. And I've got some samples to show you of different ones. So we've got some golds. I'm just getting these all out here for you. Do you see all these gorgeous gold colors? And then if I flip these over, you've got these earthy colors on the other side. And look at these samples that you can actually color in, which is what I am going to do with you tonight. So that's the Nature's Sweetness bundle. And I also have some samples, like I've already mentioned, that I'm going to show you at the end that feature some other paper. So if I just set this to the side for now, you're going to need, as I've mentioned, an A5 craft journal. And if you have a piece of designer series paper, you can cut yours at 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters. I'm sorry. I don't work in centimeters. So you'll have to figure that out. I think there is a blog that I'm going to be posting in the next few weeks with it on. So I'm just using a neutral color with this gorgeous, just have a look at this. It's really pretty with this design on it. What I found, and for this one, if you have a look, it's also coming from the same designer series paper, but this one I've actually stamped. Can you see that? I've actually stamped on the end there. All right, so what I found is if you are matching these papers up, if they're too matchy-matchy, you can lose the whole concept. So try and get them to look a little different, but at the same time still working together. And if you've got any comments, if you're watching and you've got any comments, can just pop your comments in, and I will get Ricardo to ask me what it is. So are there any comments, Rich?
We have somebody watching from South Africa.
Oh, cool. Who's that?
That is Lynette.
Hi, Mom. So good to see, well, have you on live. I'm glad you're here. You're going to make me cry. So what we're doing now is I'm going to just use my pencils, and I'm going to color in with, you can use any pencils. These are actually watercolor pencils, and I'm using Flirty Flamingo, Cherry Cobbler, Pumpkin Pie, Garden Green, and Old Olive. So I'm going to start with my Old Olive, and I'm literally just going to color in all my different leaves. And I do like to leave, sounds like I'm being punny there, leave a little bit of white. So I'm just going to color in there. All right. And just going darker in the center and where those veins are, and along the edge. I've got a new table, and I hope it's not rocking too much, because we got one that was a little bit higher for my back so that I wasn't bending over too much with all my die cutting. Is it rocking a lot? No? Good. Good. So that's cool. Is it still so hot there, Mum? It's been quite warm. Pop a comment in there if you're watching and it's still so warm. Don't feel you need to be quiet. There's a chat box there that anyone can pop comments on if they wish. All right. I was hoping to actually pop this into Facebook as well, but unfortunately, StreamYard said, no, I can only go one channel at a time. So I went, all right, well, I'm going to do Facebook tonight. Oh, where am I? YouTube. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, you can tell me. The whole idea is so. Have you got any questions, Rich, about what I'm doing?
Can you can you use any pencils, or do you have to use a special pencil?
You can use any pencils. I just happen to have these ones because they match the colors of the inks and the Stampin' Up range. So they coordinate beautifully with everything else that I have. But if you don't have these pencils, absolutely you can use whatever else you have. But they do, if you are working with Stampin' Up colors, it does help to have them, the watercolor pencils. The beauty of the watercolor pencils is that if I was to spray this with water, just even a little bit, it merges the ink. I might actually do that just on this one leaf just to demonstrate. And it just creates a more fluid look, hence the name watercolor pencil. Yeah, but no, if you don't have watercolor pencils that are Stampin' Up brands, you wanted to do something similar to what I'm doing, absolutely you can. It's just the concept that I'm wanting to show you, but it does help. So if you do have Stampin' Up color watercolor pencils, that was olive that I was using there. One of my favorite greens. And then I'm just going to come in with a slightly darker green and just create a little bit of interest, not too much. I don't want it taking over. the old olive, but I do just leaves on just one color. And I'm also doing it on the side, sort of where the light would be shining. Again, I'm not an artist. I'm not a great color in person. It's not something that I'm particularly good at, but I just always just sort of think, where would the light be falling?
Mum says it's 34, very humid, 34 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Very humid today where she is.
Okay. Yeah, it's humid here in New Zealand too. Very humid. Now I'm using my Flirty Flamingo to color those flowers in. Okay. Yeah. So I've decided I'm doing lives. I may do pre-recordings from time to time, but I've decided I'm going to be doing lives a little bit more rather than the pre-recording, just as a way of engaging people that are watching. So we'll see how that goes. And it will take a little while just to let everybody know. All right. Can you see that? Do I need to bring it up closer?
No, it's good.
Good. Okay. The only thing I need to still do on my pods, and then I'm going to fussy cut that. So I don't know what color these pods are meant to be, but I'm making them orange. I wonder what color they're meant to be. Maybe red. Who knows? Dark green. Not sure. But I am applying artistic license. And I might do that one a little redder. Cool. Any other comments yet, Rich?
No, but I'm wondering when you're going to do the water thing.
I'm going to grab it right this minute. So I'm going to take my water painter. I'm just looking for one. So I'm just using my water painter, which has got a little barrel and it's got water stored in it. And as you can see, there's water coming on my fingers. So if I just drop a little bit onto these leaves, and I'm just...
Mum says she remembers you had colouring pencils when you were small, and that you could paint over with water. The effect of like being done in watercolour paints.
Yeah, so similar to what's happening here. So this one's exactly the same, similar effect. Yeah, basically papercraft is just playing with paints and being an adult. It's the same.
And having lots of fun.
Yep, that's right. So there you go. I've just used the water painter and I've left the flower so that you can see the difference. So you see how it smooths it out? Can you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So with the water paint over there with the water, it's created a softer look, whereas where I've left it over there, it's made it that it's still looking a little bit, yeah, more sketchy, I suppose is the word. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fussy cut around there because I don't have a circle. Well, I do, but I don't want to lose the design. So when you're fussy cutting, you turning your paper and you're just keeping your scissor well, that's the plan anyway, is to keep the scissor moving as little as possible. Now, you either love fussy cutting or you don't. I don't mind fussy cutting. I also like to leave a little bit of a white border around it so that it doesn't, it's not that obvious. That one's a bit big. Okay. Oops. I had a lovely visit with my youngest grandson today and my daughter-in-law. They came round for morning tea. It was a lovely visit with them. There we go. So I've cut that out, fussy cut that out, and now I'm going to adhere this. I've already cut out a, let me just grab it, piece of vellum. Now, why am I using vellum? The reason I'm using vellum is when you have a busy background and you put vellum onto it, it just diffuses the background and it makes it that you can actually see the design a bit better. Whereas if I take the vellum away, do you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Can you notice the difference?
Yep.
So I always, when I have a busy background and I have a focal point that I want to let people notice, I put a piece of vellum behind it. And I'm just going to attach some dimensionals. So these are foam squares. I want a little bit of height on my little pretty cutout. So this is a perfect present for if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, especially in the South Pacific area. We are very soon are closing for the Christmas holidays, for 6 weeks of holidays. And often parents will be looking at scrambling for the last minute for prezzies. So this is a perfect one. And this is also a nice affordable Christmas present too, for those people that want to give people something, maybe a secret Santa. Now with vellum, if I was to put liquid glue under here, you would see it. So I'm going to be using a tape kind of glue. It's the Stampin' Seal from Stampin', I almost said from Stampin' Eat. No, it's not from Stampin' Eat. It's from Stampin' Up. That's funny. All right. So rule of thirds. I'm going to put it on the first third because that's just where the eye settles best. And then I'm going to create with my cutout, I'm going to take the back of that and I'm going to put a sentiment. I want to stamp a sentiment. So I think I'm going to use this one, just a little note to say hello, and it's part of that suite. Just a little note, it's a rubber stamp. So I'm just going to mount that. Oh, wrong way around. I'm so used to working with my grid paper. Now, I need you to tell me what color. All right, so whoever's watching, is it still Mum? Yeah, so Mum, I need you to tell me what color I should ink this. Do we go with the gray or do we go with the pecan pie? So these are the two colors that match what I'm making, and both those colors are in here. So do I go with the pebbled path or do I go with the pecan pie? Pop a thing in the comments and let me know what color I should use, because either of them will work. Gray or brown? Which one? Which one shall we do? I'll just wait. Which one would you go with, Rich?
Probably the pecan pie.
The pecan pie?
Better than all good one. Both. Maybe
They both work because
maybe the grey.
Maybe the grey, pebbled path. Has Mum said anything yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right, Mum, I'm going to go with the pebbled path. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink this up. Whoop, got ink on my hands. So I'm just going to ink this up, and I'm using the reverse of that paper so that I'm not wasting it. And I'm just holding my stamp down. Cool. All right, and I'm just looking for my phone folder, and I just want to clean my stamp quickly before I cut that out and put that onto my journal. So this is also a nice, easy way to use the offcuts from your pretty paper. If you've got the reverse and you don't have any paper to stamp on, just use the back. Just use the reverse, okay? So we're just going to go with a plain, simple cut, and I'm going to do a dimensional. Am I? No, I think I'm just going to glue this. All right, I'm just going to glue this. Okay, and let's have a look. Where am I going to pop? I just go there. Oh, I like that. That's looking beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yep.
Okay, now I'm going to put some of these little corks. They're called adhesive backed cork rounds, and they also are part of that suite. And we always work in threes. So I'm going to pop one over here, a little one over there, and another one over there.
Chose grey too.
Did you go with grey, the pebbled path? Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, at least there would be no squabbling then. That's great. So, look at that.
Gorgeous.
It's finished. Now, if you noticed here, and I've just seen this has come out, I've put a little bit of trim in here. This is called faux leather. So, let's do the same. So, it looks like this. So, it looks like this. It's got a faux leather look. And all I'm doing with it is I'm threading it through the spine of the book. Again, I'll show you some samples. You can use any ribbon that you have. This is just such an easy way to zhuzh this up, to just take it to the next level. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make these, because you know how I give journals away to my clients, Rich? And I've been doing it with my Cricut Maker. I think I'm going to do journals like this for my clients instead. I think that'll be beautiful. I'd love a journal like this.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay. Quick and easy. So all you're going to do with this end is thread it back through that other side and through there and make a knot. That's probably, I could have taken a little bit less because it's a little bit of waste. But this one, oh, now I've got it. Oh, that's funny. No, I've done it too short. Let's have a look. Have I done it too short? Of course I will probably have. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just get it in. No, I'm good. All right. So that is the faux leather trim. It have a feel. Rich, have a feel. What does that feel like? Feels like leather, eh?
It does.
Yeah. Really feels like leather. Okay. What do you think of that journal?
Gorgeous.
Hey, have a look at that.
Really gorgeous.
Stunning, eh? So we've got that version. We've got its little friend, which is slightly darker. I must admit, I actually like this one more. So those are two. Now let me show you another version using the same style, just different paper. And I put ribbon in there and I've stamped on there. Okay. So that stamp is coming from the same suite. It's the stamp over here. And then a very fun one, which is more blocky, is made from tools. This is paper with tools, and the whole idea is to have a toolbox. So yeah, that's quite a nice, fun, blokey one if you want to do that instead of something feminine. But the purpose of this video was to show you how easy it is to take a $2.50 journal from your local Kmart or wherever it is that you buy these sort of supplies, and to step that up and to make the most gorgeous. I'm just going to put this one in front because I might claim this one for myself. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that one. I think it's gorgeous.
Mum says that looks gorgeous and it looks very expensive, but it's very inexpensive to make.
They are, and anybody can do this. You don't have to necessarily use Stampin' Up supplies. You can use any paper you want, and all you need is you want a background and two complementing pieces or that really work well, and then a focal point in the as the piece that I've done with the coloring in there. So yeah, I hope you've had fun watching this, and we will go live Tuesday nights now, 7 p.m. New Zealand time, and this will be going obviously as a replay on YouTube. So yes, I won't be coming in on Thursday because this is the new time that we're coming in. So thank you so much for crafting with me, and remember, until we meet again, to stamp, to eat, to sleep, and repeat.